How the First Letter Was Written by Rudyard Kipling. In a most early time, a Neolithic man named Tegumai lived happily in a cave with his wife, Tegumai and their small daughter, Taffy, whom he called Taffy. One day, Tegumai took Taffy down to the Wagai River to spear carpfish for dinner. However, he accidentally broke his spear clean across on the river bottom. Miles from home and without an extra spear, Tegumai resigned himself to a long repair job with his leather mendy bag. Watching him, Taffy had an idea. She lamented that they could not write a message to send to her mummy for the black-handled spear that hung over their fireplace. Just then, a stranger man from the distant Tawara tribe, who did not understand their language, came along the river. Seeing a potential messenger, Taffy tried to ask him for help, but he could only smile politely, misinterpreting her gestures as the commands of a chief's daughter. To communicate, the stranger man offered Taffy a piece of birch bark. She, in turn, borrowed a shark's tooth from his necklace and began to draw a picture letter. She drew her daddy with his broken spear, then the desired black-handled spear. However, due to a slip and limited space, it appeared to be sticking into her daddy's back. She drew a likeness of the stranger man holding the spear, then added a map, 2 trees, a hill, a beaver swamp, with beaver heads that looked like people, and finally her mummy outside their cave, drawn plainly but with hands raised in welcome. She explained the entire picture to the man, who nodded earnestly. The stranger man completely misinterpreted the crude images. He believed it was a call to arms, a terrible picture showing the great chief Tegumai surrounded by enemies, pierced by spears, and requiring the immediate help of his entire tribe. He raced off without another word. After delivering the birch bark to Tegumai, the same tragic misunderstanding occurred. She saw a horrifying scene, her husband full of spears, her daughter in distress, and a horde of attackers, the beavers. She mobilized the entire tribe of Tegumai, from the head chief down to the adscript serfs, who captured the stranger man and marched to the river. They arrived to find Tegumai fishing peacefully and Taffy making daisy chains. After the initial confusion, an exasperated Taffy explained her drawing was only a request for a single spear, not a declaration of war. The tribe erupted in laughter at the monumental mistake. The head chief proclaimed that Taffy, though spankable, had nonetheless hit upon a great invention. He declared that while her pictures were prone to error, a time would come when they would develop letters, all 26 of them, that would allow people to read and write exactly what they meant without mistakes. He called this invention writing. As a final note, Taffy pointed out that despite all the excitement, everyone had forgotten to bring the very spear she had asked for. The tribe adopted the good-natured stranger man, and the story concludes that because of this frustrating incident, few little girls have ever liked learning to read and write, preferring instead to draw pictures and play with their daddies. So perhaps that is why so many of us have fun with emojis.